Welcome back, campaigners. Here we are in our Poland-Lithuania campaign. In the last episode, we kind of bitch-slapped the Austrians around and beat them up pretty good. Now we're poised to take Silesia, and then we're going to push down south and keep pushing them down. We're going to have to push hard and fast because Sweden might come up behind us, so we got to finish them off as quickly as we can. Alright, so as I said, right now we have Silesia under siege. We're going to fight that battle here in just a second. And after that, we're going to push down. We already took Prague, so we got that handled. And then we're going to go after Austria, like I said, and Hungary. This might be with minimal forces, but we got to do with what we got. Sense of urgency is the key. Alright, so after the intern, Austria tries to bust out from the siege. So I've only got 3 lines to fight this off. He's got quite a bit of forces, so I've got to do this kind of... luckily, there's this gap right here where all these choke points are, so I'm going to try and use the choke points to my advantage, knowing the AI is going to try and filter unit after unit. So he does have this... Pandora behind, and that's a long-range unit, so I don't want to get shot up by that. And his cav I thought was going to sweep around, but I was able to take one shot with my line on the hill. So now I'm just going to try and get that line that took that shot, try and run them into the Panduras, and try to hold back this cav with my 2 lines. Luckily I'm able to shoot into the cav with one line as it attacks into the other. And I do get into the Panduras with my melee, so that is absolutely huge because that unit could have really disrupted things. So with them dispatched, and either that was their general or that cav unit was. Either way, one of those units just died off, was their general. So I'm going to try and fold back, and I'm going to have my line kind of from the back come up and meet them kind of in the middle. Then I decided to just throw my line on the left flank into melee since they were about at breaking point, which they did break rather easily. So now I can just shoot up this other line while my other line kind of holds them steady there. And yeah, he's only got, I think, 2 more lines, and they're coming down. They're the citizens, and we'll be able to dispatch them pretty quickly. So here they go. See ya, boys. They're out of here. Give them the bayonet. Slap it to them. Don't you just love how they stand there and take it? Okay, so here we go. And I forgot to name our captain. And I'm not even going to bother with his first name. I'm just going to call him Olg. Olg Kaprin. That's his name. Captain Olg Kaprin. So, anyways, he takes the day for us. So we're going to be able to hold that them right there in Silesia, and we'll be able to come over there after this intern and go ahead and finish them off. Oh, what's this? Hanover. The Riders of Rohan come to Berlin, so we're going to have to deal with these Hanoverians, or Riders of Rohans. Alright, so we're taking up the walls. We got Cav coming right in for our artillery. And can we fend them off? And we can the first one. Looks like there's some more coming straight in. Right behind this one. So we're going to have quite a bit of luck needed here. Looks like he's going for the left line on the left, so that's going to help because we definitely don't want him going into our artillery. Well, it does look like he's going for the artillery. Now he gets stuck. And he still makes it to the artillery. Yes, he does pull him off. But we'll see if we can manage to keep them all alive. Try and throw him back on the artillery so we can get this... keep that in the game. I don't want to lose any men on that. Luckily, we stay pretty healthy. Alright, so his lines are now coming up in pretty good strength. Looks like he's going to hit one corner, the corner right behind my artillery. So I am going to have to protect that because I don't want him coming behind my artillery shooting me up. And my militia is going to take some pretty nice shots on him from high above as we watch this. While I take a drink of my sweet tea so I don't have a dry mouth. But here we go. They are... The one unit right there, the smaller one, just kind of seems like it's dancing all over the place. Oh, I think that's an artillery unit. Man, they're throwing everything at them. It's pretty crazy. I guess they just want to stay outside for a while. Kind of want them to come back around so my artillery can rip them up, but doesn't look like they want to do it. So we'll have to... Man, they're actually getting some pretty good shots up here. Yeah, it doesn't sound like he liked it. Dang! That's a good artillery shot there, brother. So this kind of fighting looks like it's going to go on for a little bit. Pikemans don't look like they know what the hell they're doing in the foreground. Or background, rather. That line unit. Dang. Throwing some artillery on that pikeman unit. You gotta love these siege battles, even though they do get kind of drawn out sometimes. They are pretty fun. You do get to see some pretty neat things in them. I love that they put artillery pieces on the wall. It's too bad you don't like have shrapnel shot on them later, though. I think that would have been pretty cool. Have shrapnel shot and grape shot on them. Oh well, you can't have everything. I mean, honestly, that would have probably made siege battles kind of tough as hell. If you're running up there and they can shrapnel shot you to death. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, they're just kind of staying put right in this corner. I think they are starting to look at climbing the wall, scaling the wall, so I gotta figure out how I'm gonna defend against that, because they definitely outnumber me in units and men, so I gotta be careful of them coming in that gap in the wall. But it looks like they're just gonna let me whittle them down, which is totally fine by me. More than happy to whittle them down. Okay, so this guy's coming up the wall. My guys aren't faring too well there. He's dropping pretty... My citizen army is dropping pretty rapidly. Throw the other one in. It's kind of nice to use one at them at first, and then that way they wear them down and the other one can come in kind of fresh. So this other one, I didn't realize that he had already scaled up the wall and over and was coming down the stairs, so luckily I do see it in time to get my art out and flip one of the lines around. But honestly, after right now, I'll probably be doing more damage to my militia up there with my line, because I'm shooting into my own guys there, but I guess it is what it is. Definitely don't want them taking the walls, but my militia's cleaned up over there on the far side. You can see that unit's routed out, and one of that first citizen is about to be gone. So in a siege battle, if you don't know this, your guys will fight to the last man if you're inside the fort, if you're a defender. So even if you got like the crappiest unit, like a citizen, they'll stay in there and fight until they have one guy left. I mean, they won't really do much, and they'll be routing, but they'll still just kind of stand in the way, and there'll be another unit that they'll have to deal with. So sometimes what I'll do is, if they're taking the center, like how this line is kind of in the center, what I'll do is I'll just try and run those guys into the center to keep the flag from going down. And it does help to do that. Yeah. That and grape shot definitely, or canister definitely does the trick too. So now we got our line flipped around, and we're just going to shoot into this line over here between the house and the wall, and we'll get our militia over there to shoot down on them as well. So we got him. He's taking fire from in front and also fire from above now. You can see. So I've got him in a pretty tough spot, which is good for me. He's whittling down pretty quick. Looks like the AI is shooting in both directions too, like, that's what's at least good about the AI. They're shooting at both the guy on the wall. You see most of them are, but there's a couple of them, if you watch, they're shooting at the line. Your units won't do that. AI, yeah, they will. They also won't take friendly fire. AI won't. But of course we do. So that pretty much takes care of them. The one line left, and he comes in, and as soon as he sees my cannons, he decides to get out of there. So now we're just left with this cav kind of scurrying about. Here it looks like he's going to come in. Yep, maybe. We'll see if he can do like that first cav unit did. We'll see how he comes straight for the artillery. We give it to him right in the face. Spray him in the face! Dang, he took it hard. And there he goes. Alright, so did take a little bit of loss. Now we got the Prussian army coming back to try to retake their homeland, but we are going to say no, sir. As you can see, their lines just come straight at us, and we got a militia up on the wall to hold, and you can see here we got our two lines and our art down just like in the same position as the last siege from Hanover. Now the Prussians are going to get their turn. So one right after the other. Oh, back-to-back battles here. The same in turn. Those are always kind of fun. But same results, just quite a bit faster. The Prussians definitely didn't have as much. And they're almost done. They got two more units, and they're going to fiddle about outside. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Or actually, I think they got a couple of cav and a militia that's just kind of screwing around out there. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to go after him to take care of him. If I don't want to go out with all those cav, but then I was like, hell with it. We'll do it because this is taking for long. Way too long. It was like 30 minutes of waiting. Almost 30 minutes. So we're going to give him the bayonet and put it to him. Which I'm kind of surprised that the Prussian militia didn't put in a bayonet, because they do have plug bayonet. So we're going to run them down. I'm just kind of in my own little world here. Just trying to finish that unit off so he doesn't come back. Which I'm doing a pretty good job about it, but if you take a look on the mini-map, something coming in, kind of like Jaws. I'm not going to do the Jaws theme song. But here it comes. As usual, I'm not ready for the cav charge. And it's Death's Head. I mean, they don't screw around. They're going to bust up my square like crazy. Look at that. And Death's Head ain't no joke. They're going to wind up for another charge. So I'm going to try and keep their charge to a minimum by charging into them. I hope I can knock them out. My guys look like he fell down while he's ice skating there. We're getting some of them. Hopefully we can just do it here. Luckily my line is ranked up, and they're going to wind up for another charge, and here comes that other cav unit. Oh jeez, it's not good. It's not going to be good, I can tell you. Here they come. Smashing right into my square again. Now my square I can't do anymore. So this line's pretty much screwed. That's too bad too. He is a good ranked up unit. So I'm going to try and charge into him again before he gets a charge on me, but my guys are dumbfounded. So I do kind of break up his charge a little bit, which is good. So, taking him down. I think I will rout him out. He's still wanting to fight. Again, I'm just trying to... Luckily, he's not going too far back to wind up and take another charge. So I'm going to hit him before he even gets going, really. I was really wanting to go back to the walls, but there's no way he could have made it. So I'm just trying to inflict as many casualties as I can. And both of us are wavering. It looks like both of us are going to give out. So we took him down with us. My guys are dead. Here comes the other cav unit. See, again, here I was messing around, not paying attention. So try to get that artillery shot into him. And I get pretty much one with my artillery fire. I guess every little bit helps. And there he goes. We got him. Got the general. Man, they really do get some good charges off on me on that one. So there's the results. We just barely make it out of that one. Well, not barely, but
the ruling classes have written a letter
definitely took more damage than we wanted,
as they are unhappy with the current government.
All right.
Failure to comply will lead to an organized
not far off though
against
from
you.
getting Prussia under control.
Acquiescence at this stage.
Okay, so Sweden, we
where exactly?
Definitely want to be careful for Sweden, but here we go. Silesia. Let's get Silesia taken. Oh yeah, we're coming at them from over the hill. It's a beautiful day. Nice and green and lush lands that we shall take for our own. Marching forward, boys. We're gonna take this for the Polish-Lithuanian justice. Or something. I have no idea where I was going with that. Alright, so here we are, right in front of the walls. Not much opposition. We're going to go ahead and make a beeline right for the walls. Jet up there. Like I said, they don't have much left. So once we take the walls, it's pretty much it. Because all their units are very depleted. So once we have them, we'll just be able to shoot down into the courtyard, and it's game over. So all I got is this really small citizen unit to fend me off. I'm sorry, not citizen, it's a Pandura, I'm sorry. The hooded men. It's like Assassin's Creed gone wild. They're actually taking some of my guys down. I mean, they're a little tired from running. But, drummer boy, do it. Little drummer boy got killed. They killed my drummer. Oh my god. Anyways, we take the wall with no problem. And now we are going to push on for Austria itself. With a small force, I go ahead and besiege it. And at the end turn, here comes the Austrians. Full on, which I'm not really prepared for this battle. I was hoping they wouldn't come out after the first end turn, but they do. So I'm going to try and fade back. I want my artillery to be my first units, and then I'll push back up and fling my cav around the around my left flank. So, all right, so here they come. Hopefully we can get an arc shot off before they get to me. All right. So, as you can see, my units again are extremely depleted, and even though they don't have great units, they still got numbers. And I waited too long to get my arc off that. I think you can still live. Okay, and I ended up taking a little bit too much unnecessary fire with my cav. Really, I got to be extremely careful with that cav unit, because that cav unit is my general. So I'm trying to get him out of there. Got my left flank with the plug bayonet again, so I can try and bust out these citizens, and it's working. I've beaten back that flank. So now it's time to bring my cav in. We can run them down on that flank and just start wrapping around and just hold with my right, or fade with my right. And it looks like one of my units is about to break too, but I think they can hold on. So here goes. Just one unit left over there. It looks like the center's about to give too. My artillery did get pretty beat up. Alright. One unit down the center, now 2 units. And looks like we got a chain route. That route's becoming contagious. We're just going to keep pushing into it and get this to be a even bigger contagious route. Once it starts with one and goes to another, it just gets going, and you can go straight down the line, especially with Austria. Austria's morale is horrible. So a lot of people think that, oh great, Austria has 150 men in their line. Yeah, but there's a reason for that. It's because their line is terrible. So they throw more guys in the line to kind of offset the horribleness of their line. So you got to know how to use Austria if you're going to use them. And unfortunately, the campaign game, again, Austria loses their best unit in the Grenzers. So that line is just sticking it out way longer than I wanted them to. But it looks like he is about to break just a little bit longer. And here comes that line that's going to try and get into me. I need to get my cav out of there before he breaks. Just whip these guys around, keep shooting into that line. I need that unit to break really bad. Just give them a back charge. Hope we can break that unit. There it goes. They're starting to waver. And that one did break, and this one is still holding on, man. I just can't believe that. So we're going to go ahead and throw everything we got at him. Now I need to get back over to the other line, keep running him down so we don't come back. So I can't afford that. And we do break him and run him down. Now we got very few men left, and we got just that one artillery unit. So I'm going to run my cav up the hill and bring them around the other side. Well, my line I spread out. I figure as low as much men as little of men as my lines have. I figure if he shoots one line, it might completely annihilate it, but at least the rest of them should be able to get to the artillery. So here it goes, and he's using solid shot because he doesn't have canister yet, thank goodness. And here it goes. We got a cav charge in the back and infantry charge in the front, and we're sandwiching them pretty good, and it is a wrap. We got it. So Austria has fallen to me, and we are sitting pretty, looking good for push on the rest of the southern regions for Austria. Austria is now just holding Hungary and Transylvania and gosh, what's the other region in the south? But and you can see I took on another rebel army, knocked that out, and then there is our taking of Austria as well as besieging Hungary. And we'll get these two lines over here. So next game we will go after Hungary and take Hungary. And like I said, if Prague falls to rebels, that's fine with me. Doesn't really matter at this point. So yeah, it's now 1706, and let's see. So I mean, worst case, if Bavaria comes over and takes Prague, I mean that's fine. That still gives Saxony time to build up, as I've given them Silesia. And so Saxony has Saxony, Silesia, and West Prussia. So that gives me 50% of the income from those regions, and also gives me a buffer zone, because other regions such as West Philadelphia and so on, they're going to be less likely to declare war on me because I'm not taking as many regions yet. But now with taking Austria, more than likely Venice is going to come after me. So, but that's not a big deal. Anyways, please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.